And for more on the Wildcats, the head coach Kevin Sumlin joins us right now on Pac-12 Network. And Coach, appreciate you stopping by with us. Kind of interesting here because we've seen this happen across the board, I think around the country, but it's happened in the Pac-12 conference as well, where additions to the staff come from the NFL level, some marquee names. Take me through the attraction of bringing in a guy like DeMarco Murray, Kyle DeVan, these guys who have that pro experience and how it helps you with getting guys.
Well, I think it's two different situations. You know, DeMarco, I've known since he was 17 years old as a player during the recruiting process, and just know what kind of guy he was. He's a great football player, but he was also a four-time all Big 12 academic player. So, you know, he's been in the league. He understands his role, helped the younger players, and we had a relationship. Kyle, we looked through a bunch of different qualified guys, and you know, he had great energy, had great knowledge. He had played, had a great pedigree with Howard Mudd, and knew his stuff, and we're excited about both of them. I think they bring a lot of knowledge to the table from both levels. Obviously, there's a recruiting appeal from both of them because, you know, one was an NFL Player of the Year. The other guy's walking around with a Super Bowl ring, so that doesn't hurt you in recruiting either.
I love that, Coach. And you guys definitely didn't struggle in Texas in recruiting. I want to talk about two guys that are already there, mid-year enrollees, Canal and Boobie Curry. How have these guys impacted your culture already, and you having known them for so many years when you recruited them at a previous institution? Yeah,
I think that they've come in, you know, together. Obviously, they've played together. They're really good friends, but you know, I think they've branched out and become starting to become great teammates also. And you know, during this time of year, when the coaches have been gone, a lot of the things that happen are really player-driven. You know, that are outside of the weight room, and quarterbacks kind of take charge of throwing sessions and do those things on their own time. So those guys are blending in. They're doing a great job. And as our coaches get back and we start getting into some real formal meetings with them, and you know, I think that's really where they're going to make their jump right before spring football.
Love it. You know, signing day, we love all the stories around it. Jaden Mitchell is one of our favorites here. This is a guy that you didn't necessarily have to keep. You know, he got injured prior to joining potentially the previous staff. Greyshirted StayatHome. What's it like when you watch him? Because football was almost taken from him. I'm curious what he's like now being on campus as a freshman for you.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that obviously had a tough time, you know, a year ago, and really was really quiet. And you know, you walk in, and you know, for us and for me in particular, commitment is a two-way street. It's you know, that no matter what happens after that process, injury, things like that. So, you know, he's happy to be here. You know, he is blending in, and as I said, as we get to these to a more formal meeting setting, you know, I look for these young guys who are on campus right now to continue to get better and better as we go through the spring.
Coach, you know how Yogi just detailed that, look, you guys killed it in Texas. Last year you really got after it in California. But I know Arizona recruiting is really important to you. What's the plan going forward to make sure that you keep a lot of that homegrown talent to come down to Tucson?
Well, I think, you know, we had an advantage this year just because it was completely opposite of last year. You know, we didn't have a staff hired. I got hired in January, mid-January. We had 2 weeks to go in recruiting. We've had a full year, and signing, you know, the majority of our class in December gave me and our coaching staff an opportunity to really get out and you know, we were in over 100 high schools in the state of Arizona in January. So, you know, we're going to start here at home in Arizona and evaluate the players here and make this a real primary recruiting area. And I think we showed that throughout the state in the month of January.
Hitting it hard, that's what we like to hear, Coach, and I know you and your staff will continue to work diligently on the 2020 class. We'll be back here in just a couple months talking about some of those kids as well. Coach, appreciate you stopping by with us. Good luck this upcoming season.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.